All right, so I'm just going to create this quick video on the empirical rule. Sometimes you'll see it known as the 68, 95, 99.7% rule. Those are the same. I think it's important that you understand where those numbers are coming from or how we use those. So these are all in terms of how many standard deviations away from the mean, right? So this is 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviations, and 3 standard deviations. So when we have ourselves, and I'm going to draw this multiple times, so we will always have the mean right in the middle. Okay, there's our mean, our standard, our population mean. Now, 68% of our data will fall within 1 standard deviation of the mean. So if I would go 1 standard deviation each way, so to the right I would add a standard deviation, and to the left I would subtract a standard deviation. So these between the two blue lines is 68%. Well, this is all symmetrical. So if it's 68% total divided into 2 chunks, well, if I divide that by 2, I've got 34% in each chunk. Okay, so that usually that makes sense to people because that's kind of standard. Well, now let's go another place out. So I've got my thing, right? I've got my mean in the middle, and we just went 1 standard deviation. So that's what we just found. But then it says 2 standard deviations, so this would be the mean plus 2 standard deviations and the mean minus 2 standard deviations. The greenery is 95% of our data. Well, if you look at this picture, within that green box that I already have taken into account 68% in blue. So if I subtract the 68% that's in blue, I've got 27% left. And that 27% needs to fit in my green area because that's the 2 standard deviation. So again, I divide it by 2, and that's how I get 13.5%. All right, if you remember back from the really nice drawing that they have. Okay, so now I've got that middle piece all connected. Well, now we talk about 3 standard deviations. So in orange, I've got 3 going to the right. Oh, that should be a subtraction sign. And 3 going to the left. We know that this orange box is 99.7% of our data. Well, if you look inside, right, we've got the green, darn it, wrong button, I apologize. We've got the green button inside, and remember the green box was 95%. So if I take out the 95% of the green box, right, all of this in here, I end up with 4.7%. Well, if I then divide that by 2, because again we're symmetrical, that gives me 2.35%. 2.3, that is ugly. Goodness gracious, I'm struggling today. 2.35. So that's where those numbers all come from. So now, when I look at the original, right, so we're here, we've got the mean, 1 standard away, 2 standard away, I wanted to go to orange, 3 standard away, right? The orange box is 99.7% of our data. Well, I know you're all thinking it, what about this stuff over here? Well, all of this curve is 100%. So if we take out the orange box of 99.7, that leaves us with 0.3%. So 0.3% is in the wings. If we divide it by 2, that's where we get the 0.15% for the wings. So hopefully that will help you understand how those numbers came to be and why they make sense like that.